I'm so delighted to have this opportunity to speak before such a distinguished audience this morning. I was not quite sure about the format of this session, whether we are going to do panel discussion or individual remarks from the podium, but it seems that we are going to do that from this podium individually. So probably there will be no opportunities to do interactions from the audience, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I will try to share my views from this rather high place. So I think about months ago, we had the opportunity to attend such a wonderful gathering hosted by Mr. Jilu Rahman. Probably that was one of the first social gatherings which took place in the city of Dhaka during this COVID period. But actually, all of us who are speaking in this particular session, so Turkish Ambassador, His Excellency Mr. Mustafa Usman Turan, also the head of UNDP, Mr. Sudipto Mukherjee. So all of us are attending this wonderful gathering of Jilu. So Bangladesh is a country of such a wonderful hospitality, but now I realize that there is no free dinner in this country. So I had a chance to attend this ceremony, this celebration at the Parade Square, 17th. That 2 days back or 3 days back already. That was the start of this twin celebration of the country to celebrate the the birth centenary of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu, as well as the 50th anniversary of the independence of Bangladesh. So first of all, I really would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to those occasions, this 10-day long celebration, which I found by attending the very first day of the celebration, a very, very wonderful and significant occasion, a 10-day occasion or celebration for Bangladesh. And Japanese ambassador, Japanese Prime Minister, Mr. Suga, sent a video message to this opening day of 10-day celebration. So basically he talked about three things with the congratulatory message of his. First one is the visit of Bangabandhu to Japan in 1973. Second one was how Japan has helped Bangladesh to make such a wonderful economic development, including infrastructure building cooperation, as well as Big B initiative. And third one was the cooperation which we hope to achieve with Bangladesh in realizing free and open Indo-Pacific. So those are the three elements Japanese Prime Minister wanted to communicate by sending congratulatory message to that occasion. So I will talk a little bit about each one of those three elements. First one is Bangabandhu's visit to Japan in October 1973. That was a very, very obviously important visit by the first leader of the nation of this country. So that really opened up bilateral cooperation, and that really put the founding stone of a wonderful bilateral partnership and cooperation between the two countries, which has reached thus far. So Japan has been the largest bilateral development partner, and I would say Japan is the longest bilateral development partner. So after this visit by Bangabandhu, we really started to engage with the development of Bangladesh, including to fulfill his dream, which was to do this bridge building over Jamuna. So now we are engaged with this Bangabandhu railway bridge construction. The work started late last year. So together with Bangabandhu, together with successive governments, we have been engaged with this country to cooperate and collaborate for the purpose of development, sound, healthy, as well as rapid development of this country. So Bangabandhu said he considered Japan as the development of Japan as a model for Bangladesh. So earlier there was a discussion whether Bangladesh can be a role model for development or not. So I do really hope that Bangladesh will be the model of development for other nations in the world, modeling Japan's development experiences. Certainly that's my hope. And second element Japanese Prime Minister talked about is Japan's support for Bangladesh's effort. So I covered a little bit about that, but now we are really focusing on this cooperation on Big B, Bay of Bengal Industrial Growth Belt Initiative, which was agreed upon and launched by the two prime ministers back in 2014. So 7 years ago, the two prime ministers exchanged their visits and launched this Big B initiative. So idea is to develop infrastructure, quality infrastructure along this industrial corridor between Dhaka, Chittagong, and Cox's Bazar. Now we are doing projects like Dhaka Metro or airport extension, Terminal 3 in Dhaka, as well as Matabali deep sea port construction project. I think these are the very, very important projects. So, and most likely by the end of this year, we will do partial opening of Line 6 of Dhaka MRT. And then airport, either in 2023 or 2024, you will see the opening of a new Terminal 3 and Matabali Deep Sea Port 2024. Almost every year from now on, you will see the completion of those mega quality infrastructure projects, as well as their commencement. So when it's complete and when it start operating, I would say that these will be the symbols of quality infrastructure of this country. Surely that will change the face of infrastructure of this country. And we are so proud that Japan has been and will be part of those infrastructure development projects. And third element my Prime Minister mentioned during this congratulatory message is this concept of free and open Indo-Pacific. He underscored the importance of promoting this free and open order based on the rule of law and strengthened connectivity in Indo-Pacific. We would say this is a common vision of peace, stability, and prosperity. And I'm sure that Bangladesh, being the country of democratic institution and democratic development and the rule of law, will have a larger room for cooperation in realizing this concept of free and open Indo-Pacific. On 12th of March, there was a leaders' meeting among 4 countries, namely Japan, United States, India, as well as Australia. Those are the 4 countries which subscribe themselves to the idea of free and open Indo-Pacific. So that was the first leaders' meeting among 4 countries, but they underscore the importance of this international, free and open international order based on the rule of law. And they also emphasize the importance of advancing practical and functional cooperation with those countries in the region, I mean in Indo-Pacific region. So practical and functional cooperation in those areas like quality infrastructure development, humanitarian assistance, disaster prevention, or anti-terrorism activities, as well as maritime safety and security. I'm sure that we will be able to find much larger rooms of cooperation in realizing this common vision of free and open Indo-Pacific. In concluding my remarks, I just want to share my expectation and hope for the future of Bangladesh. Yes, many people talked about this graduation from LDC. So we would really hope that Bangladesh becoming a developing nation, middle-income nation, the country will play more prominent role, more proactive role in regional space as well as on global space. So I think climate change could be a case in point. Now government is trying to do this new master plan of energy and power. Yes, it's important to address the issue of development through master plan, but at the same time, this vehicle needs to address a very, very important issue of climate change. So those 10-day celebration is a really wonderful opportunity that Dhaka is the center of regional diplomacy. Dhaka is a center of regional development. So I think this is a wonderful example on the basis of what Bangladesh has achieved over the last 50 years. Now you are playing a more prominent role, more proactive role on regional development, regional integration, as well as on global issues. Certainly this is something I really would like to see Bangladesh playing in the future. So lastly, I just want to talk a little bit about the economic issue. Yes, it's really important to see some of the reforms on economic front, like our honorable speaker said earlier. Earlier this week in this ballroom, JICA signed MOU on mutualized special economic zones development. But even for this special economic zone, important thing is to see good deliverables, namely actual investment coming from overseas, as well as from a domestic private sector. So what I emphasize there is that you really need to have the best possible environment as the special economic zone. You have to compete with other economic zones in Asia. So still there's a room for providing a good political or policy environment as well as providing better investment incentives. I'm aware of that, sorry. And you are playing your role, I know that. But still, I'm playing my role here. So please, just smile at me, that's it, So I'll finish it in 20 seconds. So, but, I really hope that you play important initiatives so that companies' incentive, companies' investment will be coming in actual terms. But there are rooms for cooperation, collaboration in terms of regulatory reform, in terms of improving business environment, in terms of increasing investment climate. So I hope I will be able to continue to work to that end for the sustainable, inclusive, and rapid growth of this country. Thank you very much for having me.